The wait is finally over. DJI have launched their latest model in their drone lineup, the DJI Flip, and this has caused such a massive divide I think I've ever seen within the drone community, with so many of you cannot wait to get your hands on it, and so many of you absolutely cannot stand the sight of it and have got no intentions on buying it. And that's absolutely fine, because my review on the DJI Flip will come in a follow-up video, okay, once I've got my hands on it, hopefully sometime tomorrow. So if you are watching this and you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button for the review on that drone. But this video is all to do with the latest version of the DJI Fly app 1.16.0 and the firmware updates for the DJI RC-N2, the RC2, and of course the RC-N3 controller. And I've been out flying some of the firm favourites that you guys know and love: the DJI Mini 4 Pro, the DJI Neo, the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and the DJI Mini 2. So in this video we'll take a deep dive into the new versions of the app and firmwares, just to check to make sure everything is all working exactly as it should or not. So let's get into it. So to briefly talk about this DJI Flip then, yes, it's a very polarizing drone. It looks incredibly weird, and I think a lot of people have struggled to understand quite where it fits. Now, it's quite interesting that I have got these two drones on the bench when talking about the DJI Flip, because of course this DJI Neo is absolutely incredible what it does for the money that you pay for it. However, it is incredibly lacking in the picture quality department. Okay, so if we take for example the DJI Neo costing £169, then yes, of course, the £200 additional payment to get the DJI Flip, of course, with the RC-N3 controller is a bit of a step up, but ultimately it's got all the palm takeoff, it's got all the autonomous flight modes, okay, it's going to be much better in the wind, and most importantly, it's got the same sort of camera as what is in this DJI Mini 4 Pro. So if we do compare it to the DJI Mini 4 Pro, the Fly More kit, for example, it works out, Fly More kit to Fly More kit, around £270 cheaper, obviously I'm working in pounds here in the UK, to buy the Flip package over the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Now, whilst this drone is absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure this is going to be better in a number of ways, namely the tone of the props, this thing is incredibly quiet, and most importantly, this has got full 360 obstacle avoidance, whereas the DJI Flip does not. It can only stop if it senses an object, it cannot bypass them, but ultimately £270 is not to be sniffed at. So if you are looking for a drone that's more affordable than the DJI Mini 4 Pro, full features and flexibility with that palm takeoff, etc., you know, I don't think it's that much of a bad option. So actually, I do think the DJI Flip does have a bit of a market, although it does look a little bit obscure. But like I said, I'm not going to go into the DJI Flip too much in this video, because this video is all about flying these drones on the new version of the firmware for the controller and of course the DJI Fly app. So first of all, let's talk about how to get the DJI Fly app then. If you are on an Android device, once you open up the DJI Fly app, it will automatically detect that there is a new version of the Fly app available. If you have an iOS device, you just simply go to the App Store, and then what you will see is, if you search for DJI Fly, you will see that update is available, allowing support for the DJI Flip. Now, if you're running the DJI RC2 screen controller, because this is an Android device, provided you are connected to the internet via either your home Wi-Fi or indeed hotspot to a mobile phone, it's going to pop up in the exact same way as it does on the Android device. Only this time we're going to get a full firmware update. That's because the DJI RC2 is compatible with the new Flip, and because the last firmware update was out before the Flip was even launched, we need to be able to update that firmware so it knows that it can control the DJI Flip. Now, thankfully, when you update the firmware on the RC2 screen controller, that comes packaged with the latest version of the DJI Fly app already. So as you can see, after installing that firmware update, we have got 1.16.0 installed on that controller. Now, for whatever reason, if you do turn that controller on and it doesn't quite pop up, all we need to do is pop into the settings, click this one right here, and just click for firmware updates, and it will tell us there is one available. That's how you do a manual check to see if there's any firmware updates on your your controller or indeed any of your DJI drones if they are connected to the controller at that very time. Now, when it does come to DJI launching a new version of their Fly app, quite often they make slight interface changes or give us new features or anything like that. And it does appear that when it comes to the DJI Fly 1.16.0, I have not particularly noticed any new features whatsoever. Okay, everything seems to be laid out pretty much exactly as it was, apart from one little part when you have no connection between the controller and the drone and you've got the DJI Fly app open. Okay, when we click that connection button, it now looks ever so slightly different. Whereas before we would just scroll across the screen, now we scroll up and down the screen to access the drone that we are trying to pair with. So let's talk about the DJI Neo then. I've been out testing this with all three controllers that it's compatible with, and I've been out flying it using the mobile phone, testing all the settings, all the parameters, making sure every little detail it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and that there's been absolutely no changes. And I can confirm that as I have currently tested, I have seen absolutely zero difference when it comes to performance generally for this DJI Neo. There is no new features that have been added, which for me is a huge disappointment. I was really hoping that the major complaint I have with the DJI Neo when we are flying it using our mobile phone, I really hoped that it was going to give us manual camera controls such as exposure, etc. Especially given the fact that we're going to be able to use this DJI Flip in the same way using our mobile phone. Sadly, that has not come, so this is exactly as it was. Now, one thing I did notice, whether this is just new to me, I do not know. However, when I was trying a rocket quick shot, it did seem to record the quick shot very late. I don't know why that was. Okay, the drone had already started moving and pretty much almost above me before it even started making the recording, meaning it did miss out on a little bit of it, but hey ho, it is what it is. Please do let me know your thoughts and whether this is something that you've experienced in the comment section below, or maybe it's just something I've not noticed in the past. Of course, I do like to do very comprehensive reviews on all these changes, but of course, when I'm testing sort of 4, 5, 6 drones, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to keep up. But of course, as I've mentioned, flying the DJI Neo, even going out, flying it with the controller, taking it a couple of 100 meters away, it's a little bit windy today, the Neo handled perfectly. Even doing a return to home test, it doesn't have precision landing or anything like that, but ultimately return to home is a great tool. So if you do sort of lose your bearings, okay, you can simply press that return to home and it's going to fly all the way back to the home point, which of course is the point with which you took off. Then I would always suggest, just when it comes back into sight or it's just above you, cancel that and bring it back in manually. But ultimately, when it comes to the DJI Neo, an absolute clean bill of health. Now, I've also been out flying a couple of the old favourites of the channel, the DJI Mini 2 and the DJI Mini 3 Pro, only because I know that so many of you have still got these drones and they are still absolutely perfect to be able to fly and still do a fantastic job. However, as I've mentioned, the DJI Mini 2 is end of life now, okay? What I mean is it's still absolutely a great piece of kit. What I mean by end of life is the fact that DJI do not really give it any support anymore. And if you actually look around on the internet for the DJI Mini 3 Pro, you will also find that it's pretty much end of life as well. That's if you can even find it to be able to buy it. DJI have generally discontinued that drone now. However, of course, there is one more drone I've been out flying, and that is this guy right here. And I'll be honest, for the UK viewers that are familiar with my channel or other UK channels, for example, I do have a good friend called Nobby Green. We do chat pretty regular. He does reviews, etc. and on these fly up updates as well. And I was on the telephone to him and I just said, flying this DJI Mini 4 Pro is an absolute pleasure. I love everything about this piece of kit, okay? It's so quiet, it's so neat, the picture quality is absolutely fantastic. I just absolutely love it. So, of course, performing my usual tests out with the DJI Mini 4 Pro, okay? I've been playing around with the active track, trying to track some cars, just to see how well it was performing. I've tried quick shots just to make sure it's doing everything as it should, okay? And as you can see, me really messing about tracking these cars and changing the angles and just having the DJI Mini 4 Pro clear off and start chasing cars that are probably doing sort of 25, 30 mile an hour was a real good bit of fun, okay? And it just highlights how versatile this drone is, because of course when it does come to using the focus track settings, we've got spotlight where it'll just rotate on its axis, where it can keep the subject in the center of the frame. We've got full active track where we can go chase after it, or of course we've got point of interest where it can essentially move and go chase after it, and then it will try and orbit that sort of target, keeping it in the center of the frame. Of course, that's quite difficult to do, given the fact that I'm trying to use point of interest on a moving target, but ultimately the Mini 4 Pro handles it absolutely fantastic. Okay, and just to reiterate what I've said already, there is no particular new features that I have noticed on this DJI Mini 4 Pro whatsoever, and no difference in flight characteristics. One long-standing issue there has been with the gimbal, okay, tilting massively upwards at the end of a rocket quick shot. I have been doing some severe testing with this DJI Mini 4 Pro today because I knew the DJI Fly app would be coming, and I'm basically sorry to report that even though there has been a new version of the DJI Fly app, it has not fixed this problem whatsoever, okay? There are workarounds. Basically, instead of drawing yourself as a person, just draw a little box next to you, and it seems to work absolutely fine, but ultimately that issue still remains. I've also been using DJI Assistant 2 to try and roll back the firmware, just to see if it was a firmware problem, and again, that was pretty much unsuccessful. So behind the scenes, I have still been trying to fix certain issues, okay, and trying to figure out the cause, but ultimately that issue where when the drone is finishing or returning from a rocket quick shot, the gimbal just shoots upwards, that does actually remain even after these updates. And just to finalise this flight then, we'll bring the DJI Mini 4 Pro back on a return to home, just to make sure it's doing everything exactly as it should. And as you can see, pressing that return to home, the drone after a couple of seconds is going to just quite neatly bring itself all the way back to the home point. And again, same advice as earlier, I would always suggest, even though the DJI Mini 4 Pro does have that precision landing, always just get it above you, back in sight, and of course cancel that and return to the ground manually, just to make sure that there is no obstacles underneath. I've also been performing some signal strength tests with the Mini 4 Pro, with the DJI Mini 3 Pro, with the Neo, and with the Mini 2. And once again, yeah, if I just take this little screenshot from the DJI Mini 2, okay, it just shows just how much these drones, even though OcuSync is supposed to be well beaten, it does get it wrong, because in this area we should most definitely be flying on that 5.8 gigahertz frequency. As you can see, these lines going up and down, that's a huge amount of interference this DJI Mini 2 is picking up. Okay, but of course, if I switch it over to 5.8 manually, you can see we are getting much less interference. So, you know, even though OcuSync is DJI's well-beaten connectivity technology, it just does also show that sometimes it does get it wrong. So my advice to you, if you are suffering from any problems or signal problems with either of your DJI drones, I would suggest manually flicking into that transmission tab on the DJI Fly app and fixing it on that 5.8 or 5 gigahertz transmission, and I think that will give you a much better connection. So hopefully you enjoyed that review of the new version of the DJI Fly app 1.16.0, and of course covered the firmware updates for all three controllers. I'm pleased to confirm that literally all the DJI drones I have flown today have performed absolutely flawlessly, apart from that little glitch with the DJI Neo where it didn't start to record until pretty much above me. But ultimately, to summarise, there has been no changes to the interface other than that brief one that I mentioned earlier. Everything is exactly as it should be, and these drones that I have flown in this review video have done absolutely perfectly fine. So of course, if I have missed something or you have discovered something that I've not mentioned in this video, please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And ultimately, just to keep the discussion going, please do let me know your thoughts on this DJI Flip. Are you somebody that can't wait to get it, interested in it? Or are you the type of person that see it looks like some sort of wheelchair with bicycle wheels, which I've heard quite a lot of? Again, let me know in the comment section below. So if you found this video useful, of course, please do give it a big thumbs up. It tells the YouTube algorithm more people just like you might want to watch my content. Subscribe if you're awesome, and until next time, see you again soon.